gentlemen, we've been over the rules. Protect yourself at all times.
On the fence. I'm on the fence.
We don't need to talk about that.
Left hook from Yaoundé came and landed on him, you know, so.
Hello, people. Welcome back. Welcome back to the King's Court.
Yes.
We've been busy. We've been busy. But this
an
is
understatement.
Yeah, absolutely. This is your UFC 287. Adesanya Pereira or Pereira Adesanya. Which way is it?
It's Pereira Adesanya, unfortunately.
Of course, we're here to dissect to the best of our abilities. Cool, yeah, man. What are we saying for the main event? To be fair, I've only seen memes every here and there of Pereira's his antics, but I don't know what are you saying in terms of the build up and everything.
Yeah, it's true. And again, I've seen those antics from Pereira, and that's all I ever see from Pereira is his memes and his antics. But he has actually posted some more, I think day in the life of sort of vibe as well. But I don't know. I think maybe because we've had other good UFC cards, even fight nights that have gone on before this. I think the hype maybe is not right there just yet. But I think coming into this week, the hype will get to where it is, because this is a big fight, mega fight. They're back in Miami. Obviously, Pereira and Izzy's there. Their story is ridiculous. But yeah, I've been looking into a lot of Izzy's stuff, obviously, because I'm going to be a little bit biased. I'm sorry, Pereira. But Izzy's my boy, you know, the green, white, green, the stylebender. Again, it's a bit like Kamaru and Leon. But in that one, I liked both of them. Here, I'm more Izzy. So I'm a bit scared still. Because because it's three. He's already done the three-peat of him, you know. 2 in kickboxing, 1 in MMA. But we all know how those fights went. We all know how it went. So it's a bit tricky. But yeah.
Are you not looking at the law of averages? He's got to lose, even just on the mathematical point, he's got to lose one, surely. Do you know what I mean? He's got to. That's where I'm at with it. You know, I'm kind of thinking, well, it's do or die for Izzy, in the sense that if he loses, that psychological barrier is so high to overcome that he'll rely on someone else to beat Pereira before he can come back in. And I don't know, I've not even had a chance to look how old Izzy is, but you know, how many times, how is he gonna have that run up to the title again? So that's my feelings on it. Yeah, like you say, the build up hasn't been like pre-Izzy fights before. You know, for one reason or another, he's keeping low key, etc. But I'm like you. It's very much a hopeful of an Izzy victory, but you always got that equalizer, man. The power that guy has is just like he can fight the perfect fight. It's like a Deontay Wilder version of a UFC fight. Yeah.
No, that's how, for me, that's how it was. That fight, the first fight, MMA fight that they've had, was a Fury Deontay Wilder. Because for me, okay, maybe Pereira was in it a bit more than Wilder was in the Fury Wilder fight, the first one. But yeah, you're completely right. Like, Izzy was piecing him up for me. Rounds 1, rounds 3, rounds 4, rounds 5. Well, obviously not round 5, but was 3-1.
Where he rocked him, was that the first round? At the end of the first round.
Yeah. But Pereira started off well. He did start off well. He tried to do that mad kick at the start to announce himself, and the leg kicks. I think the leg kicks what got Izzy. But yeah, that equalizer, the hands of stone, the Poatan power, it's ridiculous.
I don't know, man. We'll see. Like, I need to watch the whole build up from Izzy's point of view, because I've seen a couple of YouTube things, like the inside the camp and stuff. So I need to watch that and find out exactly where he's at mentally. Obviously, he's still been doing his YouTube, his reviews of different fight cards. So that's been good. That's still going on. But now there's focus. Yeah, exactly. So now there's focus. It'll be good to find out where he actually is. And then obviously the conference. When's the presser? When's that due to happen?
I think maybe Thursday. I think maybe Thursday.
Thursday, right? Okay, so we're recording this on a Sunday. So okay,
on a Sunday, 4 days, in about 4 days' time. So I don't know. Yeah, maybe things might happen between now and then that might change our predictions, sort of thing. But I think from what I've seen, I think I've watched a lot of the build up still from Izzy's side. I think he's mentally ready. But I think Izzy was always mentally ready. In that first one, I think he was mentally ready. But now he keeps on saying things like, this is my last chance. He knows it. Like,
Okay, so he's uttered those. He said it himself.
yeah, this is his last chance.
Okay.
Maybe not his last chance, obviously, at UFC Gold, but his last chance against Pereira.
Yeah.
Because we don't. If Pereira wins this, he might go up to light heavyweight, and then he might go up to heavyweight. Glover's been saying basically he's just going to dominate. So Izzy knows, and there was that little video that they put out. This was like maybe when the fight was announced that Izzy was coming back, when he was standing there and all the arrows were coming into him.
Yeah.
That was. I'm telling you, whoever does the visuals for Izzy's stuff, I'm sorry, you are
top
undefeated.
tier,
Like,
top tier.
it's top tier. And so I think he's there. But when I was watching his fight camp is very wrestling heavy.
Okay.
And I think we said this at the end of the end of the other fight, the last fight, that he dominated him on the ground. I think, I don't know if Pereira tried to take him down, but then in the third, and then he dominated him. Izzy should just do, for me, he should just do that. But again, I think the Pereira camp knows that might be a tactic, because Izzy was just, you can see he was just the better wrestler. The level of wrestling and grappling wasn't great in terms of professional MMA, but Izzy just needs to be better than the person he's fighting, which was Pereira. So he's been doing a lot of, I forgot what, there's that spider challenge that they always talk about, where there's just the new guy every 2 minutes and stuff like that coming in. He's been doing a lot of that. And for me, hopefully they need to have the right game plan, because Pereira's game plan, I think, was good. They were attacking the leg, they were attacking the body, and then, well, up until the last round, he just knew that he had to kill it. Basically, I will kill you when you land out. So I think Izzy's ready, and that, for me, that might gives me the confidence to say, actually, I think Izzy might do it.
Yeah.
But then again,
I mean, so for me, it's the Leon and Usman card was interesting, because when you watch it, like, I'm watching with the mindset of, if Usman was the champion, how would that have changed the perspective of how that fight went? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So now when you come back to this one, it's like Pereira's the champion. Izzy's not the champion anymore. And we've been used to seeing Izzy do just enough to win fights. Do you know what I mean? Like, he just coasting, basically. There's nothing wrong with that. He doesn't get touched. Just at distance, pop, jab, moves, and that's it. 5 rounds and you're done. You go home and the check's in the bank. But now he's the challenger, and so you have to push the action, because
pace,
you can't be reactive. He's got to be proactive. So I'm kind of, I guess when you say the wrestling element, is probably that's that proactiveness of taking a fight to Pereira. But I'm just interested to see how his mental makeup is as the challenger after so long, of being the champion. He's now the hunter. Do you get it? He's now the hunter. That's a different mentality to being hunted.
Exactly, and that's true. And I think, there are similarities between the Leon and Kamaru one. The only difference is Kamaru got put out cold, and for me, that Kamaru in that fight wasn't the same Kamaru. Like, I'm sorry, he wasn't. That. And Colby Covington called it perfectly. I'm telling you, Mr. Chaos, he called it. He was just like, he thinks Leon wins that fight. He says he doesn't think Usman's the same. Usman's the same if he faces Leon, knowing that you've been knocked out cold unconscious. He's going to be more hesitant to strike and things like that. And then obviously he added a twist into it and basically said that because of I was the one that hit him the most in that second fight. So he started off the damage. And then Leon just basically, the energy bar was here. So he dropped it.
He's an idiot, man.
Colby's sick, man. He's sick. But I think, it's true, you're right. That is going to play a part in it, in terms of, I think Izzy's just too mentally strong. I think he is, because
I'm sorry. I'm not saying he's not mentally strong. I'm just saying, the game plan you have to go into is different to when you're defending something. Yes, he says the belt don't matter, and it's a fight, blah blah blah. That's good. That's for the mics. But mentally, you're the champion, and you have to defend something.
Yeah.
Whereas now he's not the champion. He has to go get something and take it. That's
true.
I don't know, man. If I'm Pereira, I'm sitting comfy, because I know he has to come to me at some point.
Yeah, it's true. And Pereira just needs that.
Exactly. So what are you saying? What are you saying in terms of how this plays out when it's all said and done? Will all road lead through Adesanya, or will it lead through Pereira?
It's again, I'm split. Like, it's my heart and my head. But I think it's an easier one than the Leon Kamaru one. I think it's the easy one. The only thing that scares me a little bit is that, just a quick one, I saw some of Pereira's training. He's been training with some absolute heavyweight, I think, kickboxer guy, and he was basically standing his ground, and that makes me scared. That makes me scared because, but he's no. I think, for me, I think I've got to go with my boy Izzy, and that's not just because he's my boy, but I just think from what I saw in that first MMA fight between them, Izzy had the better of him. He did have the better of him, and then Izzy, I think he knows. I think the game plan to take Izzy's legs out early was played a massive part. Izzy talked about his leg going numb and stuff like that, or the nerve or whatever. I think that was good. But I think there was elements in the first round, especially, where Izzy Pereira was having more success when Izzy was in an orthodox stance, but when he switched to a southpaw stance, that opened up that left body kick to Pereira, and Izzy was having more success there. I think if Izzy can try to like manage that game plan, just look for these openings, avoid getting just hit in the legs, and do what he does, and if he smells the blood, if he hurts Pereira, you've got to go and try to finish it. Obviously cautiously, but try to finish it. I think really, in terms of the skills that Izzy has, the game plan from his corner and his team, putting the wrestling in there, I think he can be top of the tree again, top of the pile. And my prediction is the Last Stylebender
Adesanya
is reigning, defending, undisputed at the end of the night.
Middleweight king, fair enough. It's one of those ones, man. It's one of them. It's like, so for me, I was the opposite. For Usman, I was like, I couldn't see no way that Usman would be able to lose that one again. Yeah. But then when you got closer to the fight and you started hearing about his knees, and obviously we've known his knees and stuff like this, but like after the fight, you heard that like he's got nothing. You know what I mean? Like he's got nothing there. So it was like, oh damn it. Well, if it's that bad and he's pushing through it, obviously Leon's not a muck. Leon's is an elite mixed martial artist. So obviously that was going to be a hindrance. So that for me that's obvious. Usman's going to win. Obviously it was wrong. This one, it's like I don't know. So I'm the opposite to you. Like where you thought that first one was difficult and yet this one's a bit easy. I'm like this one's more difficult.
Don't do this to me.
It's because like you say, the overall better fighter is Izzy, in my opinion. I just think on the ground, standing up, the difference on the ground is bigger than the difference on the feet.
100%.
And then you add power and stuff like that, accuracy and stuff. But I think Izzy's the better fighter overall. But if you to press him and to say one,
pressing,
I'm unsure, man.
It's tight for you. It's tight for you, isn't it?
It is purely because of that aspect of Izzy has to go for it. Like, yes, of course, it's 5 rounds. You pace yourself, around here, around there. But ultimately, he does have to go for it. And I'm just thinking that maybe traps that Pereira's camp is going to set for him, whether that's on the feet, whether that's on the ground, etc. Now, it's a case of, has Pereira improved enough on the ground in that time frame to be able to close the gap? I don't know. We've seen him fight bears, like that Chinese heavyweight, like So, okay. So for me, like John Anik says, I think the UFC middleweight standard will be Izzy. I'll go for Izzy. Just purely because I think he's overall better. And I think like you say, the last fight wasn't like before the round 5. We all saw what happened. Like it's not like it was like Pereira like it was comfortably better or anything like that. Izzy was actually the one that was on top. So we can't ignore 4 rounds worth of evidence.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think the crown will go back to to Nigeria, but we'll see. I wouldn't be surprised though if he loses. I would not be surprised.
Yeah, and that's the caveat for me as well. I wouldn't be surprised if he loses. I'll be devastated. I'll be heartbroken, but I wouldn't be because Pereira's just that damn good, sort of thing. But again, I think you might see if Pereira wins, then it opens up the division again, just like it's done for the welterweight division with Leon. So yeah, I guess we'll hear. I'll put down obviously Obasangi's predictions as well and see the table. I think you did good in the last one. I think you did better than us in the last ones anyway. But let's see.
We'll see, man. I don't know. It's close. It's close. I've got all my fingers crossed on this one. But hey, maybe it's like a round 2 finish. I don't know. But how does it end? Are we not ever ignoring that?
I see two ways. I think Izzy finishes him.
Really?
I think Izzy finishes him. And I think Izzy finishes him in the first round.
Whoa!
Yeah. I think Izzy finishes him in the first round. I do. I was going to say second, but I think the longer it lasts, the more dangerous Pereira is, because the more wear and tear Izzy will take, and the more the power will still be there. So I don't know if it's just my head saying,
that's how it's got to go.
First round, maybe end of the first round towards the end.
So a repeat of what happened before, but with just a few seconds left on the clock.
Yeah.
Make no mistake, if Izzy had 10 seconds left, that fight's finished.
Yeah.
I mean, because Pereira was out on his feet, like literally was out on his feet. So okay, so it's not that crazy because we've seen a little snippet of it before. But okay, I think it's a decision. I think if Izzy wins, he wins by. So we're complete opposite. But yeah, I think if he wins, it's a decision. I think so, and I think if there's a knockout, there's only one person that's knocking out. Yeah, I just think so. Genuinely, I just think so. I think he's gained so much confidence, like all the things he's been posting, and like, yeah, man, he's acting. Yeah, I've never seen him act like this before. He's got the confidence for sure. So I think if it's a knockout, it's Pereira. If it's decision or maybe submission, maybe. Have we seen Izzy submit before?
Ooh. I don't know, I don't think I've seen him submit anyone. I think every time I've seen him finish someone, it's been by KO. TKO,
yeah. Maybe he's got something for us.
That's the shout, yeah.
Maybe he's got something for us. But yeah, is a decision. Majority decision, yeah.
Well, here we've got a full house for Izzy, but yeah, we'll see what Obasagi says.
All right, gentlemen, we've been over the rules. Protect yourself at all times.
On the fence. I'm on the fence.
We don't need to talk about that.
Left hook from Yaoundé came and landed on him, so.